While this project has been in the planning phase for over 2 years, today marks the official beginning of demolition and construction. Over the next 2 years, Lee residents will see the area over here in front of me that once housed town offices, the DPW garage, and of course, the Bullseye Pub, transformed into a new state-of-the-art public safety building that will serve the town of Lee for decades to come. So it is now my privilege to introduce Representative Lee Davis for some remarks.
Thank you, Chris. It is my honor to be here with you. Thank you first to the select board members of Lee for your leadership. Thank you to all the first responders, the paramedics, the EMTs, the fire, police, and thank you mostly to this community for really having the insight to invest in our emergency medical services, something that we very, very dearly need to put forward as something that is very, very needed and very meaningful in this community. This morning, we're here to not just witness the demolition of a building, but we're here to mark the beginning of a new chapter for the town of Lee. This structure has stood for decades, serving many roles: the office of state rep, an ambulance garage, the public works department, a polling place, and most recently the Tri-Town Health Department. It's a piece of our shared history, but its time has passed. Now we make way for progress. This new space will strengthen the community's ability to protect and to serve, not just for the people of Lee, but for also the neighboring towns that rely on Lee for mutual aid. This building and what will rise in its place represents what's possible when local, state, and federal partners come together to get things done. I want to extend my appreciation to my partner in the federal government, U.S. Representative Richard Neal, for securing $1 million in federal funding for this project. His advocacy helped to make this critical investment possible, supporting the infrastructure we need to deliver modern, reliable emergency medical services. And investment in medical services is needed more than ever. When I say emergency medical services, I mean our fire, our police, really our first responders. Across the Commonwealth and especially in rural communities, EMS providers are under strain. That's why I filed 5 bills this legislative session focused solely on strengthening and modernizing emergency medical services statewide. This facility is part of that broader commitment to ensuring every resident has access to timely, high-quality service and care. This is the power of partnership in action. It's how we make progress, by working together across all levels of government to move forward from vision to reality. When communities set priorities and stay committed, they move mountains. And in this case, they've moved to make something very transformative happen. So as we say goodbye to this old building, we also welcome new possibilities. We're not just tearing something down, we're building something better. Together, we're laying the foundation for a safer, stronger, and more vibrant future for our town and for generations to come. I am so proud of the town of Lee, of its forward-thinking leadership, its community spirit, and its commitment to building for the future. I am deeply honored to represent this town and the 17 towns of the 3rd Berkshire District, and I look forward to watching this vision come to life and celebrating more milestones in years to come. Thank you so much.
I'd like to welcome Chairman of the Select Board and the Building Committee, Gordon Bailey.
Sure. I have less to say, but that was great. Now she hit all the good points, and some I'm going to hit also. So good morning and welcome to this celebratory event. Today marks an important milestone in the town's long road to providing a new home for our police, fire, and building safety departments. The road defining a location and building that suits the current and future needs of our public safety department started many years ago and has been a long and winding one. The citizens of Lee recognize that continued use of the older buildings, 2 of which were constructed in the 1800s, are inadequate for today's needs while we still they're inadequate for today's needs. While we will repurpose spaces within the 1800s buildings, today's the day we begin removing the buildings on this site to make, which were once new, by the way, and served the town well. However, the needs of our community and those who work diligently to keep us safe have changed. We are here today to say goodbye and thank you to the old buildings and look forward to the next milestone of the construction of the new public safety complex. So let the demolition begin. So.
Next, I'd like to introduce Select Board Member Sean Renier.
Thanks, Chris. I'd like to first thank you, because you don't get enough thanks for putting this on and all the work that you did to make this happen. So thank you first. I was also told that we were ahead of schedule here, which is something you don't often hear when it comes to construction. We'll hope that continues, or at least we stay on track here as we go forwards. But for me, really, and like Gordon said, when I came into office, I tried to identify some of the things that the town needs were lacking, and this was a major aspect of that. Just the fact that our facilities were lacking became evident really early on, and we started to think about how we can, what we can do, and it became obvious that developing a shared public safety building would not only make the most sense from a efficiency standpoint of sharing the space, cost of the building, and operational costs. Also from a standpoint of just community and having a place right here in the center of town that everybody knows is the place where our first responders can work and you know, the town can grow as this develops. Really, it's a big step forward in the growth of Lee, updating our facilities and just doing something for our first responders to make them proud of where they work and come in and serve the community to the best of their ability. So that's what we're trying to do here. And that's really, Gordon said it all, but that's really all I have to say. And I'd like to thank the first responders. They do a great job here in Lee, and there's nothing that I'm really happy that my tax dollars go to more than something like this. So again, thank you all for the great job that you all do.
Thank you, Sean, and now it's my pleasure to introduce Select Board Member Bob Jones.
Thank you, folks. I had a long written speech prepared for today. I went looking for it this morning and couldn't find it. Then I remembered I left it on Chris's desk. So anything you heard from Chris, nice job, Chris. Now, I just wanted to touch upon a little more personal aspect of this. It's sort of a bittersweet day for the town of Lee when we think about what went on this property over decades. Family, friends, neighbors, people who worked here, people who utilized the facility, all the activity here, how this was really a center for the town of Lee. We're saying goodbye to that. It's an eye on the past. But we're here also for an eye to the future. We have to remind ourselves, when it came to voting on this facility, 2/3 of the town saw the need, both at a town meeting and on the ballot, for a new facility, new fire, EMS, and police facility, along with other offices, and we needed a new DPW facility. People of the town of Lee saw that and stepped up overwhelmingly. They know the tax rate was going to go up a little bit, but they saw the need and they stood behind all of our firefighters, all of our police officers, all of our EMS workers, and so on. So we can be very proud of ourselves for what's happening here today. So I think Gordon mentioned when out goes the old, in comes the new. The old fire station is going to be utilized by several groups. We're preserving that with an eye on the past, but we're going to have this brand new modern facility that is going to serve the town so well. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. And with that, thank you all very much for being here. Let the games begin. Thanks.
Thank you, Bob. And before we start the official demolition and then enjoy some refreshments here, a big thank you to the Town Hall Fund Committee who put on all of the refreshments we're about to enjoy in a few minutes. So a round of applause for them. And what I'd like to ask everyone to do is kind of squish together a little bit under this tree here and lamp